What's up, guys, and welcome back. I'm back here at Gettle Toyota of Bradenton, Florida. Check out this brand new 2025 Toyota Camry. This time I have the SE trim level, which is the second from the bottom in the lineup. And today I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out as far as the design, technology, powertrain, and the test drive. See what the differences are between this and the higher XSE trim. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. It would really mean a world to me if you subscribe to it. Give me a like and turn on that bell notification ring bell. Now let's get back to this. So for 2025 model year, Toyota redesigned its Camry, so we have a brand new look. Let's get a closer look of this new vehicle. If you like the color of it, they call it the Underground, so it's a pretty cool color. As far as the hood, slightly different. We have two grooves on the side. With this particular model, we have the combination headlights, and that means we have the bi-LED headlamps with the incandescent turn signals and LED daytime running lamps. And if you scroll down here, you see open air curtains on the side with a slightly more aggressive and sporty than on the LE trim. The corner piece, and as far as the grille, still the same design and on the XSE. However, instead of being covered in the same color as the rest of the vehicle, we have this matte black. So big Toyota logo on the hood. Let's see what's underneath it. Underneath the hood, you'll find the same setup as we've seen on the XSE, which is the 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine with a 5th generation hybrid ECVT transmission. Total system output 225 on this particular one. This is a front wheel drive. If you opt in for an all-wheel drive, you're going to have about 7 more horsepower because of an additional motor in the back. Now you have the ugly prop stick right here on the side, some sound insulation, and this hood is really heavy, so it would definitely benefit from some hood struts to help you open that up. Now as far as the gas mileage, we have 47. That's the combined number, which is ridiculously good for a vehicle this size, and I'm excited to take you for a test drive at the end of this video. And as we go around the corner, you can see that it is a Toyota Camry, because on the side it looks very similar to the previous generation one. It's almost the same dimensions as well. We have about 194 inches as far as the length of it. Wheel and tires on the SE, this is your standard setup. 18-inch shiny black aluminum wheels. Now the Bridgestone Turanza is the tire of choice. 235/45 is the tire size, and in the back you see, you know, it has the disc brakes, of course, in front and the back as well. Now if you like the color of it, they call it Underground, kind of a cool looking gray color. As far as the mirrors, the only shiny part right here is this chrome trimpas, which kind of stands out from the rest of this vehicle. We also have a turn signal indicator in it. And does it have a blind spot assist? Yes, it does have a blind spot assist. Everything around the windows is blacked out. Now this vehicle has been upgraded with the optional sunroof that doesn't come standard on the regular SE. And let's take a look and see what we have as far as the back end of this vehicle, because there's stuff that's changed here as well, including the brand new tail lamps. And on the XSE, we've seen they were all LEDs. On the SE trim, this is a combination. You can see the incandescent light bulb in the turn signal and in the reverse lights. Everything else is LED. You have the Camry that's spelled out in the middle, big Toyota logo. You also have a trunk lid spoiler, SE on one side, HEV on the other. You have this matte black diffuser style bumper and the dual exhaust on the left hand side. Well, let's pop the trunk and see how much space we have. And about 2 hours later, right between the R and the Y, that's where the opening for the trunk is. On the other side, you can see you also have the regular keyhole in case you get locked up in the car. You can still use the mechanical key to get inside of it. You also have the rear view camera, of course, and this emergency release in case you get locked up by bad guys in the trunk. Now in the trunk, you can see that the seats are 60/40, and you can open them up, you can release them through here, but then you have to get inside and kind of push them flat. Underneath this all-season mat or trunk mat, you have the tools to remove the tire, and the actual tire is underneath. We have the temporary use tire, but it is there, so you don't have to wait for the roadside assistance. If you're handy enough, you can do it yourself. Start with the rear door panel. So you have a lot of hard plastic materials in here, which I kind of wish that Toyota's changed that up a little bit, maybe give us some more luxurious feel to it. The only padded portion is the armrest, of course. Nothing too crazy. We have the speaker at the bottom, a little bit of storage, and of course your window and door handle. That's about it. Now, as far as the seats, on the inside we have the Softex material, which is Toyota's man-made leather, with combination with like the sporty cloth. That actually looks pretty good. I like this design. The seats are fairly nice and comfortable. Of course, you have this middle armrest right here, and you know, I unlocked the seat from the back, so here's how you fold it down. Boom. Make sure you latches back onto it. As far as the connectivity, you have the USB Type A, USB Type C right at the bottom. Then you have your own vents for the rear passengers, which is a big plus in my book. And you have some seat back storage in both the driver and passenger seats. And I've done it on the XSE just to make sure that it's the same size. Here's the roominess on this SE trim. Wow. Look how much room I have in front of my knees, probably about 2 inches. Same thing as far as my headroom, a little bit better headroom on this versus the XSE because I don't have this panoramic sunroof. Plenty of shoulder room, guys. If you are looking to get this vehicle, possibly thinking about doing Uber or something like this, 47 miles per gallon, tons of room for passengers. That could be a win-win proposition for you. Let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Okay. Now, I thought that XSE was slightly better. That was 7 out of 10. This would probably be about 6 out of 10. I think that's got to do with this door panel, maybe. Now, it's slightly different, but this is better. So, on the top, you can see this is a softer touch material. As you can see, like it gives in a little bit when I touch it. You also have this fabric inserts on the side, making it look better, kind of break up that blackness of it. Now, you also have the window mirror lock controls, slight storage, and the bottom, which kind of extends in front of the speaker. That's different than what we've seen before. And of course, you have the speaker and the power seat. Not power seats because the passenger seat is manual adjustment. Now, as far as the seats, you have the Softex with sports cloth trim, and you have some white inserts. You have some contrast stitching over here. A good looking and fairly comfortable seat. Now, we also have the aluminum pedals right there at the bottom, and on the left hand side of the steering wheel you have your light control, traction control, dimmer, trunk release, and gas door release as well. And now you can see the same trim at the top over here. Let's show you the rest of this interior. And here's the interior of this brand new 2025 Toyota Camry SE. Let's see what we have. On the right hand side, you have a lot of piano black. I like this trim. I'm not sure if I like the color of it because it's going to leave a lot of fingerprint marks on it if you touch it. Now, the dashboard is soft material. This is the same fabric as you see on the seats as well as on the door panels. Looking pretty good. I also like this whole setup. It's a lot more modern than it was on the previous generation. And I'm so glad that they got rid of this bezel thing that they had for the infotainment system. Now, this is not a standard infotainment system that you get with the Camry SE. You're going to get a 9-inch screen. This has been upgraded to the 12.3-inch screen, but I think it's only about $600 to get this multimedia package, and I think it's money well spent. Let's talk about the steering wheel. I like it. It's nice. It's on the bigger side, and we have some leather trim around here. Also some contrast stitching, a little bit of piano black. Not a huge fan, but hey, it is what it is. It's got the satin silver as far as the Toyota, and then we have controls of what's going on in the instrument cluster. Right on the left hand side, you also have the mute and the voice control. On the right hand side, you can control the media, tracks, modes, and you also have the cruise control and adaptive cruise control. Now, it has a lot of safety systems. We're going to go through them in just a little bit. Now, you have the pedal shifters right in the back. Here's your instrument cluster. So we've seen to 12.3-inch screen on the XSE. Now, this is only an 8-inch screen. You have some displays on the side. So you have the fuel gauge on the right-hand side, temperature gauge right here on the left-hand side. In the middle, that's what's changing, right? So now we have the display that shows basically the hybrid mode, the charge, eco, power. You have the speed displayed in the middle. And here's your safety system. So now let's see what we have. Lane departure alert system, blind spot monitoring system, pre-collision system. The PDA, we have the RCTA, which is the rear cross traffic alert, save exit assist. We have the sign recognition, reading sign recognition, I believe that's what it is, the vehicle settings and meter settings. Let's see what we have as far as the meter settings. We held OK to change. So we can change language, units, meter style. We have the casual, smart, and sporty. Let's take a look at sporty. Okay, it just kind of changes the background a little bit, nothing too crazy, but all right, well, we have that. Now, what else do we have in the middle here? You can see your trip meter, media, see what's playing, and of course you have the adaptive cruise control. Then you have the eco zone. You can get your own eco score, and you know, if you get the good gas mileage, you're probably going to be winning in that game. No messages. That's pretty much what you have in the instrument cluster. So the XSE, definitely a lot more customization than this one, but if that's enough for you, that's also a good choice. Now we've basically seen the same system on the XSE, because this one, like I mentioned before, has been upgraded. We're going to cancel the setup here. I'm going to show you what is going on here. So as far as the navigation system, it's a cloud-based navigation that you need to subscribe to it. FM, AM, Sirius XM, these are your sources. You do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can connect your device, of course, wirelessly as far as your phone. Climate control, AC auto sync, fan speed. Also, you can do all of this with the hard button, so you don't have to actually get to this screen. And trip information, vehicle alert, and a bunch of settings. So again, a lot of customization that you can do. This is the standard Toyota system that they put in all the new Toyotas right now. Scrolling down here, dual zone climate control. This is good because some of the lower end models don't have with Toyota. They don't have the dual zone climate control, so I'm glad that the Camry does. Well, we don't have any heated or ventilated seats on this vehicle. I'm not sure if it's part of the package that you can add to the SE. I know on the XSE the heated seats come standard, but you can add the ventilated seats if you go with the higher premium package. A power button right on the side. You have the hazard lights and basically your controls for the heating and air conditioning system. Now, it's interesting to say is that all of the Camrys come with a wireless charging pad. You have the USB Type A, 2 USB Type C ports, a large storage. This is the new Camry key, which is basically the same Camry key, right? You have the Toyota logo, Camry spelled out in the back. You have the lock, unlock, hold, and the panic button. And a shifter, a similar shifter that we've seen on the XSE, of course. You can put it in sport and manually shift it if that's what you desire. Let's put it in reverse. Take a quick look at this rear view camera. So of course we don't have the 360, but the camera is a decent quality. We have the trajectory lines, and we have what, two different angles, and you can actually turn these on or off or change the design of it, so depending on what you prefer. Now, Eco, Normal, and Sport are your drive modes. Brake hold, EV mode. This is your parking brake, electronic parking brake. Bunch of storage in the console with the 12-volt cigarette lighter style adapter. Homelink system that's at the bottom of the mirror. Now the sun visors have the illumination, and we have the regular sunroof that's been added to this vehicle at the factory, so that's an option as well. And you can slide it open or tilt it open if you want to. Here's your light controls. We have the LED lights, and you can set it up for the door if that's what you like. Of course, you have this warning sticker that Toyota is tracking you until you call them and tell them not to. And this is the interior of this 2025 Camry SE. Well, of course, before we take it for a spin, let's talk about pricing. So Toyota Camry starts with the LE model starting at $28,400. It's worth to mention that Toyota LEs also get the highest gas mileage at 53 and 50. So 53 in the city and 50 on the expressway. The SE is at 30,700, 48 and 47. The XLE 33.4 and the XSC at 34.6. Now this is of course before you started adding some of the options. So let's take a look at the sticker for this particular one. We have a few things added at the factory. That's a convenience package that includes the auto-dimming rearview mirror with Homelink and smart key system on front doors, power tilt slide moonroof, and multimedia package that includes the 12.3-inch Toyota Auto multimedia touchscreen. So that's $735. The moonroof is $870, and the convenience package is $600. Now we have the Toyoguard Platinum, that includes 2 oil changes at any Toyota dealer, roadside and rental car assistance, carpet floor mats with carpet trunk mat, phone cable charger package. Total MSRP $35,227. But like I mentioned before, you can basically build it the way you want it. It starts at, you know, just over $30,000, so it might be a sweet spot for a lot of people. That's not going to break your bank. And then contact your local dealer, see what they have in their inventory, see what they have coming. If you are here in South Florida, definitely check out the guys at Toyota of Bradenton. That they're going to be able to help you out with any of your automotive needs. Now let's take it for a spin and see how it drives. I suspect it's going to be very similar to the XSE, the only difference being the tires that are slightly smaller, or the wheels that are slightly smaller, and the tires that have a little bit bigger sidewall. And before we take it for a spin, first let's put some shades on and let's see how it turns. Steering wheel all the way to the left. And we have a good turning right here, no problems here. When I did the XSE trim, somebody asked me, say, hey, can you rate the weight of the steering from 1 being the lightest, 10 being the heaviest? And I said it's 4, because I still believe that's the case. I mean, we have the steering wheel on the lighter side, but it's not very light. I mean, you can still feel some weight to it once you turn the steering, so I'll stick to my 4. And the acceleration, you got the electric power coming in as well as the regular combustion engine. This was with the regular hybrid mode. I think the sport mode might switch and change the way that the vehicle shifts and when the power is coming. So I'm going to put it in the sport mode as I'm driving to see what it is for the regular everyday driving conditions. We're going to see how it is merging in traffic, maybe do a slight acceleration test. It's nice and quiet. I mean, you can feel the combustion engine, you can hear it. It's not obtrusive or anything like this. It's got some nice sound insulation. And see how it is merging here in traffic. No issues, and that's probably a lot more important than the 0 to 60 acceleration. Is just to be safe, just to make sure that you're going to be able to get in the traffic without anybody having to slam out their brakes or rear-ending you. And this one definitely delivers. And as I mentioned on the Camry SE, I actually like this powertrain a lot. It gives you that electric power with the combination of the combustion engine. It's going to give you about, what, 600 miles range or so on the full tank of gas with, 47 miles to a gallon. So that's huge. I mean, if you think about it, you don't really need to have an electric vehicle, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. If you have something like this, you get some good low emissions, you have some good power with it, and you have a long range without having like battery anxiety, without having to think that, hey, what's going to happen if the battery run out? Am I going to be able to charge it? How long is it going to take, etc.? None of that. Well, it's turn around right here, stop, and we're going to see how it accelerates. Okay, just over 50 miles. I wasn't really gunning it all the way, but it has a nice linear smooth acceleration. I'm really impressed with this engine on the Camry. I really am. I think they've done a really nice job. It's a good balance between the gas mileage and the power on it, and it feels smooth. The ECVT transmission, you can not feel anything shifting. Of course, that's the idea behind the CVT transmission, but it's nice. Well, let's see, let's put it in the sport mode and let's see if I can go through some of those simulated gears. Okay, reduce it, gear 3 through 5. Okay, I mean, you can barely feel the difference, but yeah, you can Here's some engine braking right there when I put it in 3 and 2 right now. So yeah, it's there if you wanted to. Honestly, I have to look at the other 2 trims. I have to look at the LE and the XLE to kind of pick my favorite. Of course, as far as the equipment, the XSE was a lot better equipped, but it was also a lot more expensive. That was about $3,000 difference between the 2 from the base to base. So yeah, you're getting a bigger screens, you're getting an all LED lights, depending on your budget. But you know, if you can afford it, I would splurge on the more expensive one. Well guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. If you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. It would mean a lot to me if you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the YouTube algorithm that's going to push this video to more and more people, and in turn I'm going to be able to get access to more and more vehicles. So thanks for being part of the Carguy family. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.